podcast where I hate everyone.
Buenos noches.
Including black.
Hey, we hate you.
Mostly Jalen and Vincel.
I didn't even do anything. It was fit time.
Okay, mostly Vincel.
2 million local.
I'm your host, Mr. New Vegas.
Who?
Oh.
Well,
Guess
Well,
like,
shit.
jeez, Marty.
I guess it's just me, you doubled.
Alright.
Wow.
Well, today,
Didn't you just tell him he ate everyone? So, you know.
well, except for Tension.
Oh.
And CD
Yo,
Dog. And
he's
CD
a
Dog.
mod, huh?
I said,
Yeah.
and CD
Gotta
Dog.
Get you a birthday present.
Weren't you trying to leave the podcast?
Who, me? No.
Yeah, alright.
I said my mom called me, but I stayed.
Nah, it was after that. But okay.
No.
Nah.
Oh, so I got the text the porter back on, so I see y'all.
How is it back on?
Yeah,
I
we
did
got
not want to leave this.
we got a special guest, Rob Schneider here. Say hi, Rob.
Hey. Wait, that's not what Rob Schneider song.
Jalen, can you shut the fuck up for 10 seconds?
Yes, man.
What? What?
I'm sorry, Rob. Go ahead. Rob, what the fuck?
Wow, Rob. You told me to shut the fuck up for the guy that won't even talk to you.
Alright, that was the last podcast, I'm sorry.
Oh, I actually just got a DM from him. He said, couldn't make it, had to make a show that's primarily based on kids' feet.
Oh.
Sounds about right.
No, that's Dan Schneider.
Oh,
I'm a motherfucking
Huh.
star.
Two different people.
Wouldn't surprise me if Rob Schneider was in.
oh yeah, Rob Schneider's that weird-looking guy that's always with Adam Sandler.
No, that's not.
What?
That's not him. Rob Schneider is, I guess, a little bit more funny than Adam Sandler.
No, but they're
Yeah,
always
he is
together.
always
They're
with
like
Rob.
always in the same movies together.
You
Are
can
they?
watch it.
Yes,
Oh.
They're like
Always.
in each other's movies always.
Yeah, all
they're
the time.
like best friends, I guess.
You motherfucking dumb boy.
And it's so weird too.
You stupid as fuck.
Marty?
Marty, what's going on with you, fam?
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, we actually have a topic today, and since we didn't have a podcast from last week, we're talking about E3 this week. Shut up and get over it. Shut up and get over it.
Somebody just pooped their pants.
That was Marty.
Who would like to go first?
I hate
All right.
you.
First of all,
Baby Jim Boom.
I already said that. Oh wait, that's random. God damn.
Oh boy.
Or let's establish some ground rules. No talking about Death Stranding because I don't know what the fuck that is. That is not a game. That is an experiment. Okay.
Sure.
it's
Yes.
a beautiful experiment if I tell you
No.
what.
Baby's giving thumbs
Seems
up.
more like an experience to me.
What
Yo.
even is it?
I'm telling
What?
you, it's FedEx Simulator.
Like, I don't.
You're playing as a man delivering dead bodies of himself.
What?
What?
This is
All right,
What?
listen. So, for what everyone gathered, the enemies in the
Meaning
game.
nothing confirmed.
Look, this is all speculation. So, remember when we were watching the gameplay of it, and at the end, when he touched one of the
Gameplay,
enemies,
he says.
he aged and then died, but came back to life, right?
What are you talking about?
All right, hold on.
You're
hold
making
on.
as much sense as the trailer did.
I gotta.
What if you're actually playing as the baby for the entire game?
Look
Oh,
at
I mean-
baby
Fine, I'll do that. Shit.
carrying around his own fetus.
What if he is the fetus?
All right.
Wait.
Yo, is this like a whole psychopathic game?
Yes.
We don't
It's Hideo Kojima.
We don't know.
Nobody knows.
No one knows what it is. I'm not calling that a game. That's not a game. That's no. Please stop.
Like that's just.
Alright, look.
So this game is for crazy people.
Look at the video.
It's not a
look at the video.
game.
Look at the video I posted. Look at the video I posted, and I have it timestamped. When he touches when the enemies touch him, he rapidly ages and dies. But earlier in the video, it says that he won't actually die. He'll come back to life. So what people thinks was happening is that body that aged is the body that you see him carrying before. And I'm too lazy to go back in, but earlier in the video he was carrying like a body-sized bag.
Let me see.
Bro, what the fuck?
Baby thumbs up. That's all I know.
It's just I did all that work. I think I deserve to go back to laying down on my bed.
I still don't get it.
I'm
So
still not
bad.
calling this anything.
Like,
Yeah.
how
I
do you
refuse.
How do you show a gameplay trailer and you still don't know what the game is? Like, how do you do that?
They don't know. They're making a damn game and they don't even know what the fuck it is.
Kojima said this is the most fun he ever had making a video game.
Oh,
I believe
we're
him.
screwed. We're actually screwed.
I believe him.
This is the
So-
most fun
I
he ever
actually believe him.
had.
Is this what he wanted Metal Gear Solid to be?
I guess.
Is this game what he wanted? Like, I don't.
Now that Kojima doesn't have their paws on him, he gets all the freedom that he ever had, and this was probably a mistake.
Gotta be a mistake. Like, why didn't they just put this in progress? Like,
Done.
He needed a leash, but no one's there to leash him.
Destroyed.
This is Kojima Unchained.
This is what we asked for.
Konami was secretly protecting us.
I remember when that trailer first, like the first trailer came out, and everyone was just straight up confused.
No, okay. At the first trailer, I was like, all right, well, Kojima's making something. It's a game, I guess. And then the second trailer came out during VGX, and I think the last thing I remember was me yelling, "What the fuck is this?" Because I had no idea what it was. I had no idea what the hell this thing is. I still don't know what this is. I'm not calling this a game.
I'd rather play Battletoads than this shit.
I'm not playing that either.
They're making a Battletoads 2.
Oh,
Yeah. They're
That was announced at E3 under Microsoft, right?
yeah. I'm not playing that shit either. No,
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing out of all rare IPs. They're giving Battletoads the fucking spotlight. Are you fucking kidding me?
I never
You know
really
what
played the
game
first
took so long?
Battletoads.
You know what game took so long that was like the best? Fallout. Yeah.
They could at least give Conquer an actual game. You know.
No, you get Super Lucky's Tale.
I know. I was thinking of Project Spark.
Wasn't that canceled?
Yes. No. It wasn't canceled. It was released, and then canceled like after a month.
Yeah, I was playing that shit.
Was
They
it
actually
good?
giving it away on in the Windows Store. I don't know why, but it was free.
I remember I was sort of hyped for it, but I was also young.
I was like, "What
It's
is
confusing.
this?"
I'm not gonna lie, it's really confusing.
I thought it was gonna be like a Little Big Planet type of thing, but on the Xbox. But it wasn't even that either.
It tried to be, but the gameplay was just it was really confusing. Like it was just too much. I was like, I don't even know what's going on. I think I still have the game installed.
Oh,
Can you even play it when like by yourself?
Yeah, you can.
Like do you have to be connected to a server to play it?
No. It just won't let you do certain things without being like online.
oh, yeah, they shut that shit down real
It
early.
was bad.
It did.
It
They
was bad.
that was the fastest I've seen someone pull the plug on a game, like at least for like console releases. But that was way too fast. Like, I've seen MMOs get shut down in beta. But that shit was ridiculous. They waited till the game came out and then shut it down. Oh.
That's something you don't do.
That's sad.
Like, what was Conquer even supposed to like do in that game? Like, he's just a playable skin or something?
I assume it was like assets from Conquer and I guess the character. Then you can use him. I don't fucking.
Are people actually pissed that it wasn't just going to be another Conquer game?
Oh hell yeah! People were
Conquer's
mad
Bad
as
Fur Day was
fuck.
amazing.
People were mad
Why
as
would-
fuck at that.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, they had a Conquer 2, but we don't talk about that one.
We can.
But we're not going to.
Live and Reloaded was terrible.
It exists though.
Live and Reloaded is not a good game.
I heard nothing about that game. I guess I know why.
Because it's bad.
I heard a lot of shit about nuts and bolts though.
Like
Ugh.
Conquer Live and Reloaded is like, imagine Conquer if it was PG.
That's funny, cause was it Live and Reloaded supposed to be like less censored than Bad Fur Day?
It was more. That shit wasn't good.
Yeah, they fucked that up big time.
They fucking, it's like all of the charm of Conquer was the adult oriented humor, and then they just fucking threw all that out the window and tried to make it kid friendly, like it was originally supposed to be. But it was like, the reason Rare made it an adult oriented game in the first place is because they got criticism saying that they only made like kiddie games.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they made Conquer just like, yeah, we can make a good game and make it fucking disgusting at the same time. There's a whole level where you go through a shit factory.
And the boss is a pile of shit, literally.
Like, how do you...
I am the great mighty Pooh.
And he sang. Like, he fucking sang like an opera singer. That's weird.
Nah, that game was something. I forgot. Oh, what else did you guys like at E3? Or what did you didn't like at E3? What did you not
I
like?
didn't. You know what I didn't like? I didn't like Fallout. That's what I didn't like.
Oh, I can tell you what I didn't like in that case.
Oh, the gameplay, right?
No,
Playing the
no,
game that wasn't really playing it? Oh.
no,
Oh,
not
actually,
not
like,
that, not that.
Bethesda's whole conference.
Yes, Bethesda's like most of Bethesda's conference until Todd Howard showed up and saved it a little bit.
It
'Cause
didn't say
it's-
anything.
Just saying that's going to be new Elder Scrolls out, save the whole thing.
We know
That's
you
all
want
I-
Elder Scrolls 6. Here's Fallout 76. There you go.
But after that, they showed that they're working on the Elder Scrolls 6.
As
They're
the
gonna-
game after their next game.
Yeah, they're working on Elder Scrolls 6 after Cyberpunk, isn't it? It's after Cyberpunk.
Wait, Cyberpunk's not Bethesda.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
That's CD
It's like
Projekt Red.
Solar.
Yeah,
Oh, it is?
that's the
Oh.
people. Yeah, that's the people who did Witcher.
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh.
You thinking of Stellaris?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's a
I can
weird.
know, but the worst conference though was EA's.
I still haven't seen EA's.
The only decent thing they had was for Anthem and Battlefield to an extent.
Everyone says the best one was not everyone, but like most
Sony?
people that I talked to said Microsoft had the best one, but I'm just like
Honestly,
I'm not
Sony
interested
was
in
first.
anything
actually
they
think that
showed.
people would say Nintendo all because of Smash.
Yeah, Nintendo kind of fucked up.
Honestly, the only people who think Nintendo did the best are Nintendo fanboys.
I honestly
Good.
I think Nintendo's was good, but it could have also been better
It's not the best though.
because
We should save who won E3 for last.
Okay.
God.
I did.
It gives you time to
Yeah, they're just saying, oh, Nintendo won E3 all because of one thing that they showed, and that was Smash.
That's the thing though. Like Nintendo for some reason they know. I mean, it's a good thing they know what people want for the most part, anyway. Where's F-Zero? But
Facts.
they so do you? I don't know if y'all remember the Metroid Prime 4 trailer. Like all it was a teaser, and they haven't showed anything for like 2 years.
Mhm.
When did they announce that? Was that last year? Or was it 2 years ago? I don't remember. But it's been a long ass time, and they haven't showed anything for that game.
I actually forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're working on
I
Metro
forgot
Prime
about
4, but they haven't said anything about it, and they're like, oh, we'll show you something when we have something ready. It's just like, the fuck.
Did you guys have something ready already?
Oh,
Well,
that's
then
weird.
again, they did. It was like that for Kingdom Hearts. They've been showing that game for how long?
Too long.
And then they're coming out in February.
I mean, from what I've gathered from Kingdom Hearts, it just took them a really long time to finalize contracts with Disney.
Now they apologized for announcing the game too early.
They're working with both Disney and Pixar.
Yeah, they have to finalize all those contracts, but they can't even do anything. So I can't really get mad at them for that.
It was
No,
that. It was
no,
that.
that's
Plus,
not-
they
that's
they
not
had
the
to.
reason. That's
They
not the reason why it got delayed.
they had to redevelop the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was on their own engine, and then they moved
No,
it to.
that's not also the reason it got delayed.
Well, there's a lot of reasons.
No, like the sole reason it got delayed is because like there was like if they went through with like the preferred release year of 2018, there'll be like a huge gap between Kingdom Hearts 3 being released in Japan and then being released in everywhere else, and it will be either a month or probably even more. And that already happened within the previous titles, so they wanted to avoid that as much as they can. So, since with the 2019 release date, the most gap between Japan and international release dates, it'll be what 4 days at most. I mean, that's not bad.
I mean,
Probably
wouldn't
even less.
like the seriously diehard fans would just import it anyway?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, they would.
I only know that from experience. Like one of my exes is like super into Kingdom Hearts, so he actually modded his PS. Well, this is back when Kingdom Hearts 2 was out. He modded his PS2 so he can get the Japanese version early. Like, it was crazy.
That's the thing though, cause Final Mix Final Mix for Japan, it came out like years before, like what 2.5 HD remix. Like that shit came out years.
Well, it was originally on the PS2, so.
Yeah, it didn't get to Final Mix, like it didn't get released anywhere else. Like,
Kingdom Hearts Final Mix came out in 2002. It was like a year after Kingdom Hearts 1, but it didn't come to America until 2013.
Yeah.
yeah, that shit came out years ago. So they don't want to go through that kind of thing again. That's why they delayed it.
I guess.
But it's like it's honestly good for better.
I mean, at least I can say that's a game, as opposed to whatever the hell Death Stranding is. So. Oh, forgot. I paused the music. Oops.
Wow.
I paused it
Oh,
to see that abomination of gameplay.
Oh. All right.
I'm actually interested in The Quiet Man. That's what it's called.
That's the samurai game that Sony was showing. That looked pretty interesting. Actually, I just noticed that like a lot of games in EA were, well, not a lot of them, but like a couple of them were about feudal Japan, and I'm down for it.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. That was the game that Sony had.
Yeah, that game looked interesting. I like the the scenery.
That's the
And like in that last fight where all the leaves were flowing down during that fight, that shit was beautiful.
that's the thing though. Like,
Wait, is that the samurai game y'all talking about?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
but
I like that one.
sadly, it's just Sony being Sony, but like, it's a different type of it's a new IP, I guess.
Mhm.
Because I still can't believe they did that to God of War. I don't know. Why did they? Okay. I don't want to piss people off, I guess.
What I was gonna say. Oh yeah, one thing. Not actually. Well, yeah, this. Frozen. I'm so tired.
Wait, what?
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 No,
What?
she's about to say something.
All right, Shani, go ahead. Go ahead, Shani.
No,
Yep.
the fucking car game.
Oh,
Forza.
Forza.
Fallout.
Forza.
No, Forza, not
Forza.
Forza.
Whatever.
It's the
Oh,
O
yeah,
R
that,
Z, not
yeah.
R O.
I feel like every year it's the same fucking game, and I just don't understand why they have to play a demo every
Oh, yeah.
fucking year.
Oh yeah, the fucking hands-on demo. every E3.
Pre-recorded demo.
It's not even pre-recorded. Well, yeah, it's pre-recorded because I'm pretty sure the people playing that they have showing playing aren't even playing.
Bro, that shit was so scripted, but I kind of do think they were playing. It was just, it's still scripted, but they were pretty much told what to do. That's how all the gameplay demonstrations are at E3.
Forza did look nice though.
Cause
Yeah,
like,
Forza's
just
like
drive
the
over
only-
here to this clip and look over the edge. Just
because like every like, you know, demonstration, they're not gonna show you like the player getting lost or whatever. Nah, they're not gonna do that. It's gonna look weird. They trying to show off the game. But I mean, I get what you mean though. Like, I don't think we need I don't think we need a hands-on demo for fucking Forza for the 20th time.
I want to add that I really wish there would be more racing games on the market. I have no problem with Forza, but the crew is ass. and that's the only other racing game
yeah.
we got.
The Crew 2 is
That
garbage.
game was fucking bad.
Holy crap. That shit was terrible. And that was just the beta. The game comes out like next week.
It does?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Wow.
Not next week. It comes
I thought
out
it
this
was
week.
like a month or two from now.
No, it comes out this Friday.
Oh, that is bad.
The handling was garbage. Like you can.
The handling was not the main thing. I just quit in the middle of a race and said, "Screw this."
I finished like 2 races. I like the off-road thing, but it was like, it's also like a checkpoint thing, and the checkpoints are way too far. Like they're way too far. But there's also a map, and I guess that kind of helps too. But I don't know. These racing games are getting more open world by the second.
I would love
That's
for a
that's
new
the thing, though.
Burnout.
I don't mind racing open world, but it's like there needs to be a limit somewhere, I guess.
Now,
This game looks like it has no purpose. And we're like,
This
we
Forza-
can drive.
Is Forza
what
open world?
companies can do is bring back like some old games to you know, PC port or something. Midnight Club LA. I know for a fact a lot of people will buy that game if that shit came to PC.
Yeah, but
Wait, what
that's freaking Rockstar though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Midnight
Like,
Club Dub Edition.
I'm saying that like a lot of good racing games, like they should like a lot of good racing games that like, you know, been out for like over the years. Gaming companies should like come out with a port or something.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, I don't see why they
would have like a
shouldn't.
shit ton of people playing it if that ever came back out. I don't know any kid back in school that never played Midnight Club Dub Edition.
I played it. I didn't have it, but I definitely
I
played it.
played it. Shit.
I've always had a cousin that had either Need for Speed
was the
Underground
cousin
2 or Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition.
Yeah, I was the cousin that had it.
I wish it was on PC because it kind of boggles my mind how Midnight Club 2 is on PC but not 3. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, 3 was probably the most popular one.
Oh yeah, Sharni, I was gonna answer your question. The new Forza is open world for some reason.
I mean,
It's based in
Horizon
France.
3 was.
Europe.
I mean, that shit was open world also. So.
Oh, it was.
See, I don't. An open
That's
world
still
racing
weird.
game just sounds like you sound like you tried to make a GTA game and stopped halfway through.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Cause like the shits with, cause especially on the crew too. Cause like the races feel like GTA. Cause the whole checkpoint thing.
It felt, in my experience, the only racing game I played that was open world was Burnout Paradise. And when I was playing that multiplayer, shut up.
What?
You shut up.
I heard you, Red. I heard you.
I didn't even say anything.
You're going
Oh,
so bad with my
go
favorite
ahead.
game.
Acting
damn.
like Simpsons Hit and Run wasn't the greatest open world racing game.
It was the greatest open world racing game of all time. Don't at me.
My butt hurts.
Anyway,
I am so great. I am so great.
when I was playing it when I was a kid, the only thing that I really did open world was like just talk around and like just do random shit with some people. It didn't really feel like much to do in the open world.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if you want to just drive?
Yeah, that's really what we did. Just drive and talk.
Yeah.
The only
It
thing
is
that
more
should
of a
be open
social
world.
aspect, I guess, which I think that's what the open world thing is supposed to be about, for you to make friends with other people.
The only thing that should be open world is that freaking and the samurai thing.
Even fucking Steep is open world, and that's a damn snowboarding game. But that's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
And I'm saying that's fine. But like, racing games being open world shouldn't really. I don't think it's a necessity, but I guess people like it. So.
There was that other snowboarding game with that one, the carrot head guy.
SSX tricky.
No. Who's that one snowboarder that's like the Tony Hawk guy of snowboarding? What's his name?
Oh, Shaun White.
Talking about
Sean White, yeah, Sean White.
Sean
He had a
White.
snowboarding game for 360. That was a really good open world game.
I didn't play that. I didn't know that was open world.
Yeah,
What
it
you
was.
said?
I had
What
it.
you
I
said,
had it
Shauna?
rented.
I said Sean White is beautiful.
You know he cut off all his hair.
He's still good looking. I don't care. I was so happy when he won gold. But anyway, back on topic.
Yeah, but that was a really good open world game. I actually met a lot of people on that game.
I'm sad that
And then
there's
I lied saying that I lived in North Dakota and I lived close to a ski resort, and he asked which one, and then I turned off my Xbox.
Oh.
Because
You would have better off saying that you lived near Big Bear.
I ain't know any snowboarding places. I just lied just to be cool, and then when he started asking more questions, I just sort of left.
Oh.
That was embarrassing. It still haunts me in my sleep.
Just this random conversation.
Yes. Like, you know those moments where you just remember it out of like nowhere and it makes you feel so stupid? That's one of those.
Many times, yes.
Yeah, that's one of those moments. Like, why did I lie? I could have just shut up.
Wait, sorry, slightly off topic, but I have one of those moments, Jalen, because this one lady was saying, she's like, I don't know why, but we were talking about, I think it was back when that movie was coming out where Scarlett Johansson was playing Major, Ghost in the Shell.
No.
Yeah, it was when that was coming out, and this lady was like, if they want white people to stop playing Asian roles, why don't they just put, what you say? Oh, why don't they just stop making anime characters that look like white people? I was like, but they don't.
Wait,
And
what the
every time
fuck?
I told her that. And every time I think about the dumbest moment I ever had, I was just like, that popped up in my head. It's like, I told her that they don't. Yeah, it was, I was like, so I can relate. I can relate. I was like, I shouldn't be telling anything.
I heard a meme. What is that?
Would it be rude to call somebody to FaceTime somebody while I'm in here? Yeah, it would.
Yes.
Oh,
Also, it kind of sucks that we're not getting another Tony Hawk game forever.
Because the last one sucked ass.
No, it's because Tony Hawk, he decided to stop working with Activision. They own the Tony Hawk license, but like he's not going to work with them anymore. No, I guess he just decided to stop after like so many fucking mistakes.
Speaking of Tony Hawk, doesn't he look like ages
Why
kind of
would you
catch up
show
to him?
that you're streaming now?
I still remember Tony Hawk Underground.
So I had Underground and an Underground. But I got it so excited because I thought that skate game that they showed at E3, I thought that was, I was like, oh, is that a new Tony Hawk game? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bootleg.
I had Tony Hawk Underground too. That was shit. No, not this one. Which one did I have? Yeah, it was for the PS2.
I remember when I got it, I put, when I got Underground, I
Pro
put,
Skater 2.
a bunch of like emo bands on my soundtrack, so I just skated around and listened to them.
Yeah. And there was the one that came out for the Xbox. That was multiplayer. That was pretty fun.
Oh, there is a new skating game coming out though.
But it's not Skate.
But
It's
is
called-
it good?
It's
That's
called
the
Session. It looks good. It looks like it's inspired by Skate. I mean, it's like the closest thing you got to a Skate 4. So
I was gonna ask. You said skating, and I was like, "Wait, do you mean like inline skating? Because we haven't had one of those."
Yeah, we're getting a ski.
do we need another one of those? Like, really?
I mean, Jet Set Radio was pretty good. And Hover Revolt is a pretty.
That's
Hover
a-
Revolt was a pretty good successor, I guess. But
Oh yeah, you reminded me.
Alright.
I need to get that. How much is that game?
I'll go check for you right now. 'Cause I
So
might
Session,
want
the
to-
game you're talking about, Red?
Yeah.
It's apparently it's being made in Canada because I checked their
Hover is $9 right now.
thing and they need $80,000 of Canadian bucks, and they passed it with 163,000.
Oh, nice. That's like more than double. That's
Yeah.
good.
So they're gonna add some more Kickstarter. That's what it's called.
I have a feeling they're gonna find a publisher or something.
Oh, I hate this dungeon.
The studio works for Microsoft Windows and Xbox One.
Oh, okay. So I guess it'll be on PC maybe.
Yeah, it'll be on PC. Probably not gonna be on PS4 though.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Damn. Oh, y'all can go on.
It's supposed to not feature a score system.
One of the few non-Smash or non-Nintendo games I'm actually excited for is Resident Evil 2.
Oh yeah, people are hyped as hell to see that. To see what's his face pop up on the
Leon,
yeah.
because Leon's the shit.
I never really played any Resident Evil games except whenever I was at an arcade.
I like Leon way more than I like Chris. Because Chris, I don't like Chris for the same reason I don't like Superman. He's way too Boy Scoutish.
I've only played the first Resident Evil, and that barely counts because the disc was scratched and it kept fucking up at like the first screen. So
Sounds like my childhood. Scratch screens everywhere.
yeah, that's how I never got to play GTA 3. I started with Vice City.
I've been praising this game a lot lately, but I'm gonna say it again. I still think one of the best Resident Evil games you can play right now is 7.
How much is it on Steam right
Yeah,
now?
I've heard a lot of good things about 7.
Resident Evil 7 is just so
Seven
good.
is
And
pretty.
one thing I know you'll like about Attention is that Jack, like the main antagonist or one of the main antagonists in the game, he has like the same thing that the father from Far Cry 5 has. It's just like the actor is so good and he plays him so well. It's just like you can't help but just start liking that game.
It's just like, oh god. He really believes what he's saying here.
Yeah, it's like I don't think he's playing a character. I think they just recorded somebody off the.
They just recorded some guy. It's like, oh yeah, I'll take over the fucking world. One of
Sounds
these
like
days.
Far Cry 5 antagonist.
God.
But then he was right.
He
That's
wasn't.
the crazy part about it.
No, he wasn't right. He wasn't, and that's what people don't understand. He wasn't right. He.
Wait, who are we talking about?
The main antagonist of Far Cry 5 and what he did.
Oh, wait. No, the father?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't right. It's just that
He did it himself.
He caught the nuke. I thought it was.
He caused the nukes.
He did.
He kept saying, "Oh, the world's gonna end." Yeah, well, of course it is. When you nuke it, you fucking moron.
and like
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he nuked it.
God sat here and told me to strangle my baby out of grief. No, nobody told you to do that.
You're crazy. You're insane. And I feel like it's people. It's not that he was right. It's that he won, and that's what people don't like.
Yeah. He won. He technically won in both scenarios.
Like he got what he
Out
wanted.
of the-
Despite your efforts to stop him, he still won.
Yeah, and everyone didn't like the fact that. I understand their pain though.
Out of the 3 endings in that game, the only way to win is in the beginning of the game by not arresting him.
Damn.
I mean, that's true. The other 2 endings were complete ass.
Cause I did that after I beat it the first time. I replayed it in the part where it's like and beginning where they like arrest them and you have the choice of not pressing the button.
All right, it's
press
like
the
that for all the Far Cries.
Yeah, I was like, I want to see if I can win this cave, and they were like, yeah, all right.
And like even that you don't win because when you're on the helicopter, you hear the song. Because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, apparently you had already been mentally trained before this even started. And it's like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh yeah, I was going. I guess earlier before we went kind of off topic, I was gonna say something about what the crap I didn't like from E3 mostly.
Alright, what you didn't like, Famo?
Mostly Bethesda's conference, and how it's almost all post-apocalyptic first-person shooters disguised as RPGs. I say disguised as RPGs because they have RPG elements, but they don't doesn't look like RPGs. Come on. That's just me though, I guess. I mean,
What game?
everything in Bethesda's conference almost. Talking about
Well, they're still RPGs.
yeah, they're still RPGs, I guess, but they're mostly just post-apocalyptic first-person shooters. They almost all of them have that. It's so strange. Even Doom Eternal is that. It went from
let's not
hell.
Talk about this title, come on.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm gonna talk about this title. Why is it called Doom Eternal?
They're coming out with a new Wolfenstein Fallout.
Oh.
And not Eternal Doom. How did they fuck that up? How?
It's a working title.
They could have done.
How? That's not a working title. That's a final title.
It's a working title.
What's the final title gonna be? They better fix that shit.
Eternal.
No.
That's not gonna
That's
make it
worse.
any better.
I can't even pronounce that.
Yes, you can. If he can pronounce it, you can.
Eternal Doom.
Okay, Marty can pronounce it. You definitely can.
He said Eternal Doom.
Eternal shit. Because it's probably gonna be shit.
Wow, Sharny.
I mean, I heard the Doom game that came out. I've heard that one was like super good. Are you all right, buddy?
Yes, clear my throat. Are you okay,
Yeah. I'm pretty all right.
brethren?
Wait, who's echoing?
It's
Marty.
you. It's not.
Is it me?
Thought it was
No.
him.
Is it me?
It stopped, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Hey, then who? Tension stole the cookies from the cookie.
Oh, it's Ventil.
Oh.
What? It's not me.
No.
It is you. You lit up when Sharni was
Looking at it
talking.
right now.
It like stops sometimes and then comes back.
So,
Hello?
cookies from the cookie jar.
Interesting.
But
Shouldn't be.
An interesting development.
yeah, it was. I mean, the whole Bethesda thing was kind of weird to me because people were like, "Yeah, Bethesda has like a really good conference," and I'm just like,
They didn't though.
"How?"
They lied to you, right?
Wait.
Just because they showed Elder Scrolls 6, they had the best conference. Fight me.
I think they had like the most entertaining conference
Does that game even look
personally,
We don't know yet.
but
Yeah,
I don't think entertaining is really all that a factor when it comes to
Jalen,
just
don't you bring
presenting
EA.
games, I guess.
EA was the worst conference in that whole shit. Fight me.
I still haven't seen it, so it's like I can't really agree or
What kills
disagree
me
with
about
that.
EA is that they hype every game up except for The Sims, I swear. And that's their money maker due to the fact that they fucked up all the damn expansion. Like you gotta literally buy you gotta pay to have a freaking for your children to have emotions.
Wait, what game?
The Sims 4. You have to pay for your kids to grow up with a personality.
Damn, that's fucked up. What?
Things that were free in The Sims 3 and The Sims 2, you have to pay for in The Sims 4. So it's literally their moneymaker. They're milking the hell out of The Sims 4, and they give it no love at all.
They might as
They
well.
easily-
You know,
I would
that's not-
I would not blame anyone if they pirated it. Oh, sorry. I said I wouldn't blame anyone if they pirated that game.
No, that's why people do it. And you can't get mad at them because it's expensive. Like, for The Sims 4 season, it's $40. To make it snow and rain and have wind in your game is $40.
It's wait, they're charging for weather effects.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's in like
$40 for The Sims 4 season.
they're charging for weather effects that's been in games since like what fucking.
Are you serious?
Now look, I understand if you pay for your child's personality or whatever. That's like some real life stuff. Because depending on what you buy, what you get for your child, they turn out to be that in the future or whatever.
Nah, that's
I-
even that screwed up because in Sims 3 that is free. That comes
Yeah,
with
you're
making a
paying-
kid.
Oh,
You're
really?
paying to have to teach your child traits. To make the baby more intelligent, you have to pay for that.
Oh no.
If you
Alright.
want your kid to grow up and, for instance, they can grow up to become a doctor, but if they have certain traits, they earn more money. But you have to pay for that.
It make that makes no sense to me.
Wow.
And then they get mad because people steal the game. Like, why would they want to pay $40 a pop for personality traits? Oh, and if you want to decorate your kid's bedroom, that's another $20.
That's,
What? Like not even in-game money?
Nope, it's literally called kid stuff.
Nah,
And
that's
it's like, stuff packs are anywhere from $10 and $20, depending on the stuff pack.
Send EA an email of me, of the active torrent.
Yeah.
This is a video of them seeding it. Like,
I mean-
you seeding it for other people.
I
Be
mean
like,
shit
AB free Sims 4, come get it.
shit like that is like why I don't want a new SSX. But at the same time I still want a new SSX because of nostalgia. But I don't because they fucked up 2012 really hard. They fucked up SSX 2012 really hard by adding a currency system that, and then it's like, oh, you can just do whatever. I mean, you can play the game normally, you know, earn money, win races and shit, or you can take the cheap route and just pay for the in-game currency with real money. And some people actually did that. And then with wingsuits, every race was fucked. So because they put no restrictions on what gear you can have on normal races. Like so pretty much you can take the wingsuit, jump, just start from one part of the mountain, probably go all the way down, and you can beat the race in like 30 seconds.
Really?
That server shut down though.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's just-
That's,
I just don't understand the greed of certain companies, which is why, like, MMO wise, I'm so happy that the what government is it? What is this? Korean government is cracking down on people that have like gotchas in their games and stuff like that. Like if they test it and see that it's unfair, you get slapped with a book. But I feel like they find new ways to scam people every day.
Oh, like Nexon.
In fact, yeah, next one was the one that was hit with the lawsuit.
Yeah, but they're still doing it. Oh, still ain't gonna stop.
I mean, no, they had to change the drop rates on it pretty much because they were.
No. Well, the lawsuit sort of made it didn't really tell them to change it, but they had to tell people what they like.
what the chances
What's the
were.
probability of them
Yeah.
actually, Because a lot of video game companies ended up having to abide by that rule too. Like games like Hearthstone, they had to tell them like, oh, this is the probability of you getting this legendary card or this rare card or whatnot.
At least they have pity timers in that game.
Yeah,
If you haven't gotten a legendary for a while, they'll just give you
yeah, they'll
one.
give you, you'll get one eventually. It's like
Yeah,
that for all of them.
they kind of sort of realized that Tree Savior is doing the same thing because there's these goddess cubes on there, and they have these one wings on there, and yeah, the chance was really low. But if you spend $500, not even kidding you, this person spent $500, and then he charged it all back because it's $500 damn dollars, and you did not get the wings. That sounds like a scam to me. I'm sorry.
Did he get banned or anything?
No.
You can get banned for charging back
He
in
did.
a lot of games that I know.
He didn't get banned because he brought it to their attention in the forum. And
Oh.
it kind of made them like, oh shit, like, yeah, people were catching on to it. So he didn't get banned for it.
It's funny too because fucking Z8 still gets away with that shit. Like they could spend like, okay, I mean they did change it. They did change how you get characters and shit, like uniques or whatever. But
Yeah.
how it used to be, it was like, okay, we put 6 rare heroes in a box, and we put out 4 to 6 boxes. There's a rare hero in any, not rare hero, but there's a unique hero in each one of them. There was only a 5% chance of getting that character, so people spent well over $300 to like $500 on that shit, and not even getting the character.
See, why aren't they allowed to do that?
I don't know. They should have not been allowed to do that.
I mean, even Elsword, a company that's widely known for being greedy, has a limit on their stuff. Like, if you open up certain amount of ice burners, you automatically get the item.
The only reason. Oh, sorry.
I just feel like they should have a cap on it like that. Like, if you, like, should be a percentage chance of you getting it without, like, getting some type of cap or whatever. But then, once you get over this certain cap or whatever, get to it, it should just automatically drop. I mean, you should automatically get it because that's a lot of fucking money.
Gotcha games have started a new wave, though.
It's really fucked. I
Gotcha
forgot.
games have really brought us into a new age.
It is abusive.
Well,
Just doing it because they
yes
know
and
they-
no. With gotcha games, the whole point is that it's a mobile game that you're supposed to be playing all the time. So if you got everything as fast as you wanted it, you wouldn't be playing the game as much. But people are trying to apply the gotcha method off of non-mobile games onto like actual games. A game where you want instant satisfaction. You're not playing this just to kill time. You're playing it because, you bought it to play. That's why Battlefront 2 has got a lot of shit when it first came out.
Didn't oh yeah. Oh yeah. Star Wars Battlefront 2. People spent like $80 and they couldn't even get Darth Vader. That's fucked up.
They
God,
had to
that
change the whole. Disney came in and made them change the whole system because Disney was not having none of that.
They
I
even-
once watched a streamer on Twitch.
It's funny how like hands-on Disney has had to be with Star Wars in the movie started doing bad. All right, hold on. I'm canceling every project until y'all get y'all shit together. The games get bad. Oh, I'm canceling every game until y'all fix y'all stuff.
Or
Oh,
is it
yeah.
Charlie?
no.
I was saying that I watched a Twitch streamer open up crates for, I want to say it was CS:GO crate, $2,000 worth.
Sounds like CS:GO.
$2,000 worth and got complete crap from all of it. It's sad.
I think with the Battlefront 2 thing is that like they said that they listened and they decreased the amount of in-game credits that you needed to like get Darth Vader and like Darth Maul and Kylo Ren and all those characters. But then they also decreased the amount of in-game credits you got by the same rate. Because I think it's they cut it in half. I think it was like you needed like 80,000 or something to get Vader, and they changed it to 40,000. But then they also cut the amount of credits you got per match in half.
It was some real grimy shit.
So
It
you
was like, you're getting a discount on this, but at the same time, it's just going to be harder for you to still get it. It's like,
Yeah. It's like this thing is worth $5, but you only make $1 an hour now compared to when you made $2.
Inflation. It's real.
That was some real slimy shit EA did. That was horrible. Which is why it's gonna suck for like when they remake good games or whatever, because it's not gonna be the same. Or if they try to bring back a series like Def Jam or whatever, it's not. I have a feeling it's not gonna be fun because it's current EA and not 2003 EA. 2003 EA was fun as shit because of EA Sports Big. That's not even a thing anymore.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Which is like
EA Sport deals.
I'm super worried about fucking Anthem because
It looks good.
Oh,
it looks good, but it's being made by BioWare, and BioWare made the Dragon Age games. It made the Mass Effect games, it's just like
But
these big franchises, and EA owns BioWare, and EA has said that if Anthem does not do well, they're shutting BioWare down.
Boy,
wait, what? They're relying on
Yeah.
that on a new IP?
And they're saying that if Anthem does not do well,
Well, I get where EA is coming from that because like, ooh, BioWare they have been dropping some like just really bad games.
it's not BioWare's fault.
It's really
EA.
not. I'm not blaming BioWare.
EA is the reason Mass Effect Andromeda is bad. And did you know that BioWare basically had to beg EA for another year of development time for Dragon Age Inquisition? Because they wanted Inquisition done in 2 years. BioWare had to plead with them to get another year to actually make the game fucking good. So if Anthem is bad, then BioWare just is gone. And that means I'm not going to get Dragon Age 4. And I want Dragon Age 4. I don't want Anthem. I
You'll
want
get
Dragon
it.
Age
It just
4.
wouldn't be from BioWare.
Then it would be bad. Because BioWare already had, I don't know, they never said what it was for, but I'm assuming it's for some internal issues, probably because of EA. 2 of Dragon Age's huge writers left the company.
Bless you.
And one of them was David Gator. And David Gator basically wrote the entirety of Dragon Age by himself.
yo, really?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
He wrote the story of the first one. He wrote the story of Inquisition. He wrote like 3 books, like 4 graphic novels.
Nah, this dude is the carry.
He invented that world. Other people just added on to it. And it was like there was another writer that wrote like a bunch of different characters, a bunch of like lore wise. Because there's 9 ages in the game, and the Dragon Age is the 9th one. So there's 8 other ages that the game went through that that the world went through that we don't see, and everybody else filled in those 800 years.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the people that filled in like 5 of those ages is not with the company anymore. So that's I don't remember what their name is. I know one of them is David Gator. I don't remember. Well, shit. There was a third one that just left.
Just left?
And there was a third one that left in March of this year.
Nah.
Drew Karpyshyn. He was the lead writer for Mass Effect 1 and 2.
Dude.
And he's not there anymore.
Who knows how Anthem's going to do at this rate, really. I mean,
I hope
it still looks like a good game, though.
It does, and I hope it does well, because I want to get it.
But it's like, I don't want to care about Anthem. Because I don't. But I have to. Because if it doesn't do well, then I'm not getting my Dragon Age.
Imagine how people feel about getting another Mass Effect.
Because if BioWare goes under, I would honestly rather have them end the series at Inquisition than give us 4 and it be trash. Because at least Inquisition was good. Because it's like... Because I'm glad they at least gave us Inquisition and they didn't end the series at 2, because 2 was just god-awful. But I'm going on a tangent. This is not what the podcast is about.
Nah, it's fine. At the end of the day, EA's trash. EA's fucking trash.
I agree.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and they didn't hire me, so fuck them anyway. Like, I had an interview with them, and they never called me back.
I'm sorry.
Why would you want to work at EA?
It was a job.
Listen, if I'm not working at EA telling them, hey, maybe let's not put core game elements behind the paywall.
No, fuck you. That's probably what they would say.
Maybe let's not do that.
Like, no, fuck off.
Maybe let's treat our customers like actual people rather than ATMs.
Shut the hell
Right.
up.
I mean, Ubisoft's conference wasn't that bad.
Ubisoft was alright.
I didn't see Ubisoft.
That's all. It was kind of short. No, it's Square Enix that was short.
Oh, that is another game that I'm excited for that isn't Nintendo, is the new Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh yeah, that does look good.
I'm down for the Greek. I'm down for Greek.
I'm happy for Odyssey. It's just that they said something during that conference that really made me mad. And this is the first time you can play as you have a choice between a male and female assassin.
Wait.
But you can do that for...
You can play as the wife in the other one. Right?
Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is probably my favorite Assassin's Creed.
I'm not finished with it though. So
Yeah, in Origins, you couldn't choose to play as Aya in Origins, or I don't know
Origins.
where you
I'm
are.
not done with.
I don't know where you are in the story, so I'll just call her Aya.
No, I know who she is. I met her already.
No, like she goes. She has a different identity. I don't know if you're that far yet.
No.
But her, just Aya. But you play as her in some sections of the game, but it's not a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to, and it's also only for certain sections. Like you can't go through the main game as Aya.
Also,
Which is like,
oh, sorry. But
That's weird.
which it's like I don't.
Hey, we're gender neutral.
But it's like I agree with Alex in the fact that like gender neutralism should not be a selling point. Like just put it in the game. Like don't
Right.
advertise it. Just put it in the game.
I mean, it was well in Syndicate. I didn't finish that either, even though I needed to.
That's the same thing. That's why I like when I see people talking about how basically Naughty Dog was queer baiting the whole time. And like I get why people
why did no one clap?
because they were queer baiting and they could it was so obvious. Like if you're gonna queer bait, don't make it obvious.
They're using like
We're gonna lead in with the fact of her being lesbian to try to sell the game. Then we're gonna show gameplay. Then we're gonna go back to that certain scene, even though it had the scene didn't even go into context of what the gameplay was about.
It didn't.
It's like you guys just threw that in so we would clap for you, wouldn't you? We're not clapping. We're not dumb.
I still think there's a good way to do whatever the fuck they did.
Yes, there is a good
Correctly.
way, but like that, they were just really obvious in the fact that they're doing it only because they wanted the free hand clap. That's all.
It's stupid to me. Well, it's kind of it's stupid to me because I feel like all homosexuals want to do is feel normal with whoever they want to love. Don't throw it in their face as well. You know what I mean? It's like
Hey guys, it's two girls
they
kissing.
just want to feel normal. Like you don't have to like, hey, just put it on blast. Like, oh, she's lesbian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let everyone find out on their own time that she's a lesbian. Like,
Oh.
the worst thing you can do is just keep.
I saw
throwing it
a
in
really
their
good-
faces. Like they get it.
I saw a really good example about it. I had a video for it, but it was like, I'm not sure if anybody has seen Deadpool 2 here, but there was like a Negasonic Teenage Warhead. They showed her that she had a girlfriend. They didn't make it a big deal that she had a girlfriend.
Yeah, I
They
seen
were
it.
just there. Yeah,
That's how you do it.
that's how you do
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
It's not-
but by the way, I'd like to point out for the people who just came in watching, we're talking about E3 this week because we didn't have a podcast last week. So yeah.
Yeah, we did. Rob Schneider was on it.
I mean, we did have a podcast last week, but like it was just watching the Sony conference, so I barely fucking count that. No, I mean the week before that was Sony's conference. Whatever. Fucking continue. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Is just like you don't have to make it plainly obvious. Like they just want to feel comfortable with themselves. Like making a big deal out of homosexuality is not going to do anything. But like, okay, well,
It's like
It's
you,
like-
you
it's got to
don't.
be normal.
It's like you don't make a sexuality a selling point. Like at the end of the day, when someone is making a story or making a character, it's their choice whether or not to make that character a transgender or gay or anything outside of what is considered quote normal. But like don't pressure it into people, you know?
Yeah.
Like the fact that Tracer from Overwatch is gay. Like, is that like what is that?
I don't think you want to get me started on that whole thing.
Where what was the point of that?
Do you want me to talk about that?
Tracer had both good points and bad points in it. The way they announced it, obviously, was just like, "Hey guys, it's here." 'Cause,
No,
like, they made
no,
an
no.
announcement. They made an announcement before. They were like, "One of our characters is in fact gay, and we'll touch on that later." And it's like, okay, cool. You can bring.
No,
You
that's
didn't have to make
that
an
is
announcement
that
about
is
it.
the shittiest way to do it. That is the absolute worst way to do it.
That's the problem. Like, who cares? Okay.
Well,
Who
somebody
cares?
asked them, and they were like, "Hey, is anybody in Overwatch LGBT?" And it was just like, and they just made up a name on the spot.
Oh come on. Oh come on.
I mean,
No.
No, I will always
it
say
could have been Winston and all. I wouldn't have cared. I'm just saying that, like, the way they handle it made me care less. I just
like I mean overall like it's not a factor. It doesn't impact Overwatch at all. But it's like my biggest problem with it was just the way it was executed. It was the fact that they teased it like that shit was important, and then they put it in a comic, and then it was just they kind of just force it on you, make it seem not important, and then the response it got was just so ridiculous. Like, yeah, this is a win. This is a win for the LGBT community. And it's just like they didn't do anything. It was written so awfully.
I think it was a lot of people just pissed off that Tracer herself was gay. That's
I
what
think it would have been cool if they just like snuck it in and just let people find out on their own. Like, you don't. They didn't have to do that.
I think it's better when it's snuck in and not just forced in your face, because it shouldn't have to be a big deal.
I feel like little not call it an Easter egg and thing, but little secrets like that or little things like that just makes the game even more special. Like, oh my god, like, you know how crazy that fan base would have went if they found out on their own that she was. You know what I mean? It's like they'd be like, oh my god,
there's in Dragon Age Inquisition, there's a companion. His name is Dorian, and he has a personal quest. Like all of the companions in the game have a personal quest tied to them, and his was done to me personally beautifully in the way to describe his homosexuality, because if you don't do his personal quest, you'd never know, because it's not talked about. It's not part of his character.
And that's dope.
But when you do his personal quest, you meet up in a tavern with his father, and he comes from a part in the Dragon Age world where homosexuality is frowned upon, and he's a noble. He's the son of a noble in a country where homosexuality is like not accepted, and it's like that's a point of tension between him and his dad. And it's like, well, you can ask him about it. Like, you can ask him, like, hey, why are you, like, during the quest, you can ask him, hey, why do you not like your dad so much? And he'll say, because I prefer men, and my dad doesn't like that. But if you didn't do his quest, you would have no clue. There's nothing to hint that he's gay, because he doesn't talk about it, because it's not important. But it's like, as you're going through the quest, you're just like, oh, okay. Cool.
Personally, I think Life is Strange does it pretty well, because mostly it's up to player choice, but and it's very random. But the only way I can fucking remember was Before the Storm. But yeah, I played the first one like a long time ago. But there's this part in the game where Chloe and Amber pretty much are like seriously ready to leave the town, and Chloe doesn't really believe Amber's on board. So Amber's like, "What is it gonna take for me to prove? What is it gonna take for me to prove it to you?" And you can make Chloe ask for a kiss or whatever other option was there. Obviously, I chose the kiss because that shit's funny. But yeah, you can. In that case, that's up to player choice. But it's like, you don't have to make her gay. You can actually make her straight. But yeah.
I just think that when
That's why I'm glad they didn't.
Like that, it makes it seem unnatural. Just like they don't. It just makes it seem like we're just doing this to please a certain group of people and not doing it because it's just a good thought or, you know.
It's kind of like I'm not sure if anybody here watches Modern Family, but it's just like yeah. One of my favorite episodes is the fact that there's a gay couple on the show, and it's like one of the husbands, he doesn't like kissing in public. And so they actually do kiss in the episode, but they don't make it a big deal. It actually happens in the background, in public. So you're like, you would never notice that.
You know that big dude's the fat dude or whatever that plays one of the gay couples. He actually straight in real.
Yeah, he's straight in real life, and the other one is actually gay in real life. And he's actually one of my favorites because he actually has this saying, like, you can tell like when there's an LGBT scene if it's written by a gay person or a person who thinks he knows gay people. And I'm like, yeah.
What? That's some shit.
Like he is one of my favorite like writers when it comes to that, because it's like whenever he does something about it, he'll make sure that it's not a big deal, and it's like so you can tell when it's written by an actual gay person or when it's not.
Because it seems so natural. Like, it just seems natural. Like, you don't want it to seem really.
Oh my god, it's so progressive. It's just like, oh, it reminds me of like one of my favorite jokes from Sonic Boom, where it's like, every time you bring attention to something like that, it lessens the fact of how progressive it is and just makes it sound like you're just fading it out. It's like,
There's also
I could be a meathead and a feminist.
there's also another character in Dragon Age Inquisition whose name is Krem, and they're transgender from female to male. And if you didn't ask, you wouldn't know.
There was actually a transgender character in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. It was sort of obvious though that it was a transgender person. Do you remember his name, Alex?
Mm-mm.
I remember I met him at the he was at the train station, and I had to do a couple missions for him. But it wasn't.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
God,
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I haven't played that game in so long.
Yeah, but it sort of caught me off guard, but I didn't really care.
Mm-hmm.
I just did his missions.
It's amazing how, like, when we're kids or whatever, we don't really pay attention to things like that often. Because did you guys notice that there was a transsexual in Shrek? I didn't notice until I got older. I was like, oh shit.
It was the bartender.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't remember.
Yeah, the bartender. You don't remember the bartender?
Fiona's friend who had a really deep voice.
Oh.
I didn't even pay attention that it was the dude.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
I definitely paid no attention to that.
Come on.
Yeah, I definitely didn't.
And it's really funny because, like, in each of the movies, the big bad wolf starts getting more and more in character as the granny, and he's like, I feel more comfortable this way, and I'm like, that's funny to me because it's not really obvious.
There's a cross-dresser in the Powerpuff Girls.
Yep.
When I was
in one of the episodes.
When I was a kid and I noticed the bartender in Shrek, I didn't know what transgender was at the time. My only thought was, why is that man wearing a wig?
I thought it was like a really mannish woman.
Because if you look at the model, they have a beard. Like the 3D model has a beard.
Really? I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's also just one episode of There's This Laboratory that pretty much ends with Mandark being kind of gay. I say kinda because it's pretty much implied.
Or that episode of Kids Next Door where number 5 and that one pudgy kid.
Oh yeah, Heinrich.
Heinrich. Or Henrietta, it's her real name.
Turns out that it's actually a girl, but she was cursed.
Yeah.
Magic transgenderism.
I still like, I don't know. Back then, I didn't think any of it. I didn't think anything of it, obviously, but like, I think when I rewatched it, when I rewatched the entire series, I was like, yo, that's some shit.
I just think it's like, because like when you're a kid or whatever, you don't really think anything's wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like when you get older and as the more you start talking to people and then people start telling you how bad it is, you're just like, oh, this is bad. It's like, so you're more aware of it when you're older. Not saying that you think it's wrong when you're older, you're just aware of it now. So, I don't know. I just thought that was funny because like when I went back and watched Shrek as an adult, I'm like, I never noticed that.
That's a whole dude.
I guess I need to rewatch that because I don't remember.
Didn't Shrek 2, he got locked up with the, she got locked up with the princesses.
Because she was friends with Fiona.
Yeah.
Shrek 2? Okay.
Yeah. Or was it the third one? No, it was the second one, I think.
Yeah, it was with Riona and all the Fiona. I said Riona. Fiona and all the princesses.
Yeah, they got locked up. She's in there too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Shrek 2 was good. Oh well.
But even they did it in the subtle way. Like you wouldn't even like I didn't know this. So it's like they did it in like a respectful way. It's like, wait, we're gonna put this here, and I'll be all flashy about it.
I mean, when it's like a kids movie, it's like they're not supposed to point out that type of thing. I mean, either way, the kids don't really want to know what the hell that means. But if they did, it'd bring like a really awkward conversation. So.
It's like when you bring it up, or when you purposely make it blatant, it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like in Borderlands the pre-sequel, there's a character named Janie Springs, who's a lesbian, and you wouldn't know that unless you were playing as Athena, because at the end of the game, Athena and Janie start dating, which is you also wouldn't know that Athena was a lesbian or at least bisexual unless you played Athena and beat the game as Athena.
That's dope though.
It
Like
is.
that is cool.
It's just like that's how it should be. It's not. It's like sexuality is part of the person, but not who the person is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you have it pertains to like real life situations too, because if you have a person who's gay and you would have absolutely no clue they were gay, then it's just like they're just gay. Like it's not like, but when you have those guys that like wear penis necklaces and are just like, hey bitches, I'm gay for some dick. It's just like, okay, you're annoying.
What was that, Censor?
Yeah.
Someone clip that? No, I'm kidding.
I did meet like a few flamboyant gay guys that didn't necessarily throw it in somebody's face, or were like not severely out there, but it's like super out there. But yeah, I got to say that point too.
I knew one guy in high school. He was apparently he was I guess pretending to be gay. I don't know. There was nothing really anything confirmed, but like he was always around girls. He was always around girls. And like it was the funniest shit. But yeah, people in my high school said like he only pretended to be gay to be around girls all the time. And it's like, well, that's some fucking shit.
That's hilarious, actually.
Yeah. Although I'll never know the truth.
It reminds me of that D Storm Vine where he pretended to be gay just to like go help his friend pick out a bra, and then you took a couple of photos of her like as selfies or whatever. She's like, "Oh, take some selfies or whatever." So he took a couple of hers, and then he went outside. His guy friends took his like all this. He untucked his shirt because you know he tucked the shirt in. He untucked it and he was like, "Look at these." They're like, "Yeah."
The dude was like so flamboyant. He was practically a caricature. It was pretty great to see, honestly.
Like yeah, that's what I mean. Like when being gay goes from being a sexuality to your personality, that's when it becomes annoying. When it's like when the only thing you have to offer, like from yourself to a conversation or to a friendship or to just any social interaction is, oh, by the way, I'm gay. It's just like, okay, who cares?
Yeah, like it shouldn't. It shouldn't matter.
And then there's that whole labeling thing, which I think is a different topic for another day. So, whew, a lot of irony in the term LGBT, but hey, that's just me.
I'm a millennial. I don't like labels.
I recently discovered that I am also a millennial. I didn't know that.
I don't.
A lot of
I thought it was
people.
like of a different generation, but
Here's
no.
the thing:
A
a lot of people that are considered millennials now aren't even millennials. They're Gen Z.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, what is that?
Aren't Gen Z people who were born after the year 2000?
No one knows. It's like a little gray area between 1996 and 2000.
No,
That's why
it's,
I'm confused. 'Cause
no,
I get
it's
called
from
liberal.
no, yeah, it's from it's actually from 1996 to the mid 2000s.
People don't know. People don't know that.
Guess the mid
'Cause
Gen
I
Z
get called
then.
minerals.
So technically, if you were born after 96, so 97 and up, you're a Gen Z. 96 and down, you would be a millennial.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
really a millennial.
Yeah.
You know what? It's sad because half the stuff they say about millennials is dead ass true. Is me. They're like, oh, millennials, they don't
But-
want to live in homes anymore. I was like, I don't.
But that's why they say. That's why like a lot of people are like, well, millennials are the reason why people are snowflakes. No, millennials are still kind of edgy. They're kind of edgelords. It's the Gen Z that are like the snowflakey.
We started the edgelord shit. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
What are you crying for, Marty?
Like my job is full of,
I don't.
and I'll admit, like my last few jobs, I had to watch what I say because like I work with people that are like, you can't say these certain kind of things. Like it feels so weird working in a kitchen where the cooks can't talk like cooks, and I hate it. But now that I work at a grocery store and everybody is like, oh, you can say whatever as long as nobody hears you. Okay.
Yeah, boy, you know the back room of Walmart is
Oh,
disgusting.
it's so good. I miss that.
Oh,
Walmart's
I
back
never
room,
worked
is
at
the back
Walmart,
room at the
but
store I'm at now. They're so
my
good.
19-year-old Target working self can agree. That's where all the bullshit goes down. Is like in the back room of the fucking retail store. Because I'm
Like-
telling you, the shit that people say, like for people smashing in the freaking stalls, and you're just
'Cause,
like, what the fuck, people bang back here?
Because here's the best part. Like there's a coworker of mine who is super quiet until he hits the back room, and that's because I just don't talk because I know I'm gonna slip up. So everybody's like, oh, you never talk when you're on register. No, I just don't have much to say. He hits the back, yo niggas.
Like, that's how it be. Like, I'll be walking into the back room because it's like we have this big area where the Cap 2 team unload the truck. Like the truck gets here and they take all the stuff and they go run it. Like that's their
Yeah.
job. And it's like it's this big area. Like you'll be hearing shit like, "Yo, where the fuck did that cart go?" Like, "Yo, you ready for break, you fucking moron?"
And then you go to the front. Excuse me, any of you guys seen the cart? I seem to have misplaced it. Go to the back. Where the fuck my cart at, for real?
Or it's like I'll walk back there and I'll be hearing it's like, "Yo, did you see that girl out there with her friends? They all had fat asses, bro. Like, holy shit." And they're just over there slinging boxes, and then like 15 minutes later, they're on the floor. It's like, yeah, I can help you find that. Follow me.
I remember I saw a fight of two Walmart employees, and I guess their lunch area. Let me find it. I could probably find it again if I want to.
Dude, when I worked at Walmart, the back area was probably like my favorite place because our Walmart had a Krispy Kreme connected to it, and so like whenever you went to the back, you'd see boxes that you know that the store bought, and then on top of the boxes that the employees bought, it's like I've counted these. If one is missing, I'm fighting everybody, and it's just like, hey, I love this place. Thank you. But then I left Walmart and I went to Arby's, and you can't say anything.
Damn.
Oh, that's lame.
And it's like it gets.
Well, that was Arby's back then, but now that Arby's is the cool guy, it's just like I wish I worked there.
They're cool because of all the video game references. and
Yeah,
anime references.
that and the commercial, their commercials are so cool. Their Arby's marketing.
Mediterranean tacos.
That's the commercial. See, I'm glad somebody knows.
My favorite place when I was working at Target
Europe, yeah,
now
yeah.
was receiving, because receiving is where you can go back there and literally hide from your bosses and they will never fucking find you.
Oh God, what?
I'm serious. Like if you went to receiving at Target, especially at the Target that I worked at, because I worked at a Great Land Target, which is fucking huge, they'll never find you in there. Man, I was back there for hours.
You would not believe.
Absolutely nothing.
I actually just learned today that the only camera back where I work is pointed in the opposite direction. So from the fire exit to the doors out onto the floor, all the way into produce is a huge blind spot. Like they can't see back there ever.
What?
That's why you always taking selfies back there.
So there'll be times where I'm just standing back by the produce counters talking to the produce people for like an hour and a half, doing nothing. And
Why?
what makes it even worse is that almost all of my managers like me, and one of them I have known since like 4th grade, and there'll be times where I'm just standing back there talking to the produce people. He'll like burst through the fucking door, the produce doors, and just like, what are y'all niggas doing? I'm just like, yo, leave me alone. You're cyberbullying me.
Stop cyberbullying me.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. I love when they were dropping off because Target, you know how they have that section in Target where they have like furniture displays up? They always have futons. Man, go back there and take a nap. Huh?
I wish I was a kid for a day again, because I remember the best nap that I've ever had was at my local mall. And there was a furniture store there. And you weren't supposed to lay on the beds. But I didn't care because I was tired. And we had been in the mall for like 3 hours by that point. So I just got on the bed and I blinked. And that was the best, shortest blink I've ever had, because when I blinked, I'm pretty sure it was around 2 o'clock. And then when I opened my eyes and I went to go find my mom looking for me for about 2 more hours.
Wow.
They were like, no, we didn't know where you were. We thought you were lost in the mall. No, I was in a bed. I got in trouble when I got home, but that nap was like, you ever felt so tired that like you really just couldn't function at all? Like everything you did would just want you to sleep.
Your mind was just super cloudy.
Yeah, it's just like you're trying to think, but like all you can think about is, man, if you don't stop thinking and just lay down anywhere, just recharge, please. I finally kind of understand how Nintendo DS's feel when they're about to die and the light just starts blinking and blinking, and it's like, yeah, that was my brain.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
One of the best naps I ever had as a kid was like, because I used to live with my grandma in Louisiana. She had this Cadillac, and she used to go see her boyfriend in Texas. So we used to go like he didn't live that far, but it was like a 45-minute drive. So she used to go to his house or whatever. Man, I crawl in that back seat, boy. Oh.
Whenever I had the chance, I just slept in my mama's bed when I was younger because she had a really nice bed.
Yeah, I stopped sleeping in my mom's bed when I realized what she was doing there. Let me put it that way.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
I was too young to care. I just knew she had a nice ass bed.
Everybody likes sleeping in my bed because my bed's like super soft.
So you're saying when I come over to LA and sleep in your bed, you can take the couch? Wait, does your couch? Can your couch turn into a bed?
No, it's a sofa, regular sofa.
What kind of couch? What kind of sofa do y'all got?
A regular one?
Man.
Working.
Ours turned into a queen size bed.
Congrats, rich mom.
I mean, I don't have those cool pull-out couches. Well, Mario, you can go to Goodwill and get one of those things for $30.
Yeah, they don't cost a lot. The one I have in the living room is pretty old. We had that thing since I was a kid. I had it before I was even born. Still in perfect condition, somehow. Probably because my mom would beat me if I ever ate on it.
Man.
How much time we got left? Like another hour?
No, I don't think so. It's not that long. I think we got like less than 30 minutes.
Oh man.
Alright then. Where's E3? Where's E3 conference? EA.
No. I'm changing the subject from
What we doing this time?
E3 to the subject that I'm sure everybody came to this stream to talk about.
What?
Trash.
Miss Incredible.
I haven't seen
They haven't
Incredible.
seen the
I haven't
movie.
seen the
They
Incredible
don't even
2
need
yet.
to see the movie though. Miss Incredible.
I mean, you're right, but still, we
First
can.
of all, can I just point out the fact that Miss Incredible's butt is shaped how most girls are paying for it just now? Like, think about it. Look at Nicki Minaj's butt. Look at Miss Incredible.
Oh,
All
She-
natural.
She affected a generation, dog.
I saw a tweet that brought up a really good question.
What?
Is Miss Incredible's butt naturally big, or is she just stretching it out like that?
Oh shit!
I mean, her power is elasticity,
So
Wow.
you think
so she's
Do we-
probably
think
just.
so, though, because there's a scene in the first movie where
She's
looks at
all-
her ass
yeah.
and her breasts.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Because
yeah,
she noticed how fat she got, and she was like, "Well, I."
Thick.
But here's the question: Can she?
Yeah, see, she thought she was fat. She
Can
was
she make her butt smaller?
no.
I don't think
No.
she can.
You can only make things bigger when you're less.
You can make
Or
it
at
straight,
least-
right?
Well, I mean, she can still go back to normal. So, like, why are we talking about the complexities of a not even established universe?
All right, then you want us to talk about a
just
real
talk
girl's
about
butt?
it.
We can always talk about real women's butt. Trying to give us one.
What? Excuse me?
Oh, that sounded really terrible out of context. Let's
It really
change that
did.
subject. If
Yo,
E3 is so good, where's E4?
Yo, someone
Alright.
clip that.
No one has to clip anything.
Yo,
I'll clip it later.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
yo, if porn is so good, where's porn 2?
Ow.
It's in the making. It's supposed to come out in 2023.
Yo, if God is so great, where's God 2?
That's coming out in 1500. Wait a minute. 1500 pass. 15,000. There we go.
About to say it's already been 50.
Also, I want to talk about this. I'm gonna miss the Amazing World of Gumball when it leaves this year.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's in there soon.
Clarence already in it. And,
Clarence
Wait, what's
ended?
leaving?
Uh-huh. And
What's leaving?
the
Gumball.
Amazing World of Gumball. But
Oh my God.
here's a funny thing about Clarence. And I'm going to say this because the show was actually pretty alright at a chance.
The show was
sec-
really.
The second to last episode, and I will bless that episode to this day, was a crossover with home movies. And because it was a crossover with home movies, they did not write a script for it like the
Oh, I
original home
saw
movies.
that.
They had to improvise all of the stuff they were doing, and it was so good. It's such a good episode, and I was just like, it made me realize that I wish that show had gotten more of a chance, but I'm glad it ended when it ended.
Are you talking about home movies now?
Clarence.
Oh, okay.
Home movies ended perfect. That's the series finale for home movies is probably one of my favorites. Cause like he loses the camera and he can clearly stop his car to get the camera, but he's like, I think I'm done with this camera.
You
Yeah,
saying home movies actually remind me of when Porsche first discovered what's it called, oblongs?
Oh
He was
man.
like-
That show was
he's
weird
like-
as shit to me.
Dude,
He's like,
That
Oblong-
show was
Journey,
great.
you gotta watch this show because there's a show that comes on Adult Swim and the girl got a dick on her head. I was like, what?
you know, Oblong.
The daughter has a dick on her head.
It wasn't a dick. It was a boil.
It was a.
Porsche she had a dick on her head.
Oblongs is such a good show.
It was so weird.
Outlaws was so weird. That show was.
Yeah,
It was
here's
great,
two,
but it was weird.
Two really underrated shows back when Adult Swim was still newish were Oblongs and Baby Blues because they were really good.
Oh,
Baby-
Baby Blue.
Baby Blues was really good because it just the humor in it was so different from all the other shows. Because it's just like I don't know, it didn't seem like it had to be on Adult Swim.
I swear I only watched
It
Baby
was just-
Blues because of the voices. I swear
Yeah,
that,
they had really good voice actors too.
yeah, it was like it had a lot of familiar voices.
Because the babysitter, I forget who played her exactly, but like she
I
was
didn't
on
even
a
know
lot
Baby
of
Blues
stuff.
had a cartoon. I've always read their comics, but I didn't
Really?
know they had a cartoon until
Mhm.
later.
The show was really good.
It was good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw a couple episodes. I thought it was okay.
And I was
But
just
I,
sitting
would,
there
I
like,
honestly prefer the Oblong. So the Oblong.
oh, okay, that's who it was. the voice for the babysitter was the same woman that voiced Shigo and like all of those people.
Oh.
The random voices on Family Guy and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, yeah, that show had a lot.
Shield could catch it. We're talking about.
How do you guys feel about live action Kim Possible movie?
Not feeling it. Next question.
Too bad because Disney.
Next question.
I know the CG is going to be ass, so whatever. I mean, not CG, but the special effects is going to be trash.
I'd rather get an Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
No, you don't.
Listen, whether you like it or not, it happened because I always have to remember it. I have to remember my response.
Fuck up. It never happened.
It
Have to
happened.
remember
Get
what?
over it.
What do we gotta remember?
The Last Airbender. That happened.
Never
That movie happened. Okay?
No, it did
Sokka.
not.
It was made by M. Night Shyamalan.
That movie never existed. You guys are thinking of
Yeah, it
something
is.
else.
M. Night Shyamalan.
You're thinking of the blue Avatar people.
No,
It's okay.
no,
I understand.
no,
We
we're
always get them mixed up together.
No one,
Avatar:
no
The Last
one
Airbender
gets
was
those
never-
movies mixed up.
Just like how
Absolutely zero,
I want
absolutely
you to
zero
make-
people gets that mixed up.
Just like how the Dragon Ball Z live action movie never happened, neither did the.
Oh, that definitely
Here-
happened.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I feel about the blue people Avatar. I don't see why it's such a ghost on the film industry, but it's still the highest grossing film in the world.
And I still don't know why.
I can't name a character from it. I could name certain species from it if I tried hard.
I can
But
only
that's just because I like animals like that.
I can
Why is it
only
so
tell you the story because it's exactly Pocahontas.
Yeah.
It's literally because of the 3D.
The unobtainable material that they are trying to mine from the planet is literally called unobtainium.
I didn't know. I didn't remember that at all.
I am not memeing. If you Google unobtainium Avatar, you'll get something.
Are you kidding?
That's
Google it right now.
terrible.
Hold on, let me look at my phone.
What?
Unobtainium.
Oh damn, he's right.
And that movie took like 20 years to make.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a script that includes unobtainium.
Unobtainium. Boy, I can't tell you. It's such a ghost on the movie industry. I just don't get it.
No one remembers this fucking movie. I don't remember this fucking movie.
Probably because
What
it
they're
came out like a
looking
long
for
time.
is called unobtained. You know what?
That's
What
the-
genius wrote that?
James Cameron.
James Cameron.
And it's funny because
Genius.
James Cameron is actually good at what he does. It's
Except
just
for
that he is so up his own ass that it's actually people say that Kanye has an ego, but Kanye West will be humble at James Cameron. Dog. Which is funny because one of my favorite episodes of South Park is a parody of James Cameron, where he wrote his own theme song. And he has it play 24/7 while he's doing his job.
Do you guys want me to read the origin of this?
Please.
Please go ahead.
Researchers theorize that billions of years ago, when the planets and satellites of the Alpha Centauri system were condensing from the primordial space stellar nebula, a Mars-sized stellar body may have crashed into the still molten Pandora. The moon's nickel-iron core was disrupted. The high temperatures and pressures produced far exceeded anything wrought by human technology. These forces interacted with Polyphemus intense magnetic field and created conditions suitable for the formation of unobtainium.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what the hell that is, right, by the way.
Oh, I blacked out during your whole.
That's the origin of unobtainium.
Like I know Na'vi is the name of the blue race, but that's it. That's all I know.
Na'vi. That's it. And I only remember that because of a robot chicken.
I only remember that because I heard it all the time.
Because it was they wrote an R&B slow jam called Blue Navy Fucking, which is probably one of my favorite skits from Robot Chicken.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Blue Navy Fucking, woo!
Shit's
Oh
stupid.
yeah, I know what you're
Blue
talking
Navy's fucking.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a sex scene in that movie?
about. Yeah,
But it was like really awkward.
His penis was his hair.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't there penis in their hair? Like they have sex
And
with
so,
their hair?
yeah.
You know how awkward that was watching it with my mother at the theater?
James Cameron has sex scenes in all of his movies, though.
I watched
Except for
it.
Terminator, I think.
I saw it in my apartment when we had cable.
I saw it with my mom at the theaters in 3D. Bro,
I went with my family, so it wasn't as awkward because me and my cousin were sitting far away from like our family, and we were just like, "Dude, why?" But at the same time, we got it because like, yo, the Blue Navy chick is really something, and I don't know why. Turns out it was Zoe Saldana, and I should have known because that is the lady.
So every time somebody brings up Avatar, the blue one, I think of this. And I don't know if you guys ever seen, but this is like one of my favorite episodes of Robot Chicken. I'm sorry.
I think you have brought up the thing that I was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, you were.
Blue Navy, yeah. You won't see rabbit sets and the water rings. It's such a good episode.
It's a great song. The song is, I like the song a little too much.
Also, that's the lead singer of Fall Out Boy, if you know.
Man, Robot Chicken had a budget.
It's fucking.
Robot Chicken is also one of those shows that get canceled, but then comes back, like us.
Every season.
Yup.
God, I love Robot Chicken. Robot Chicken does what I wish Family Guy can do and stay kind of consistent and funny. Cause like, there's always gonna be a skit in a Robot Chicken episode that'll, even if it's not a big laugh, it'll be a sneaky enough laugh to where you wouldn't see it coming, and you got to give it more than just a chuckle. Then again, Seth Green is just, really good at writing comedy. Anyway, I heard he tried to do an action movie in it.
Yeah, I can't see Seth Green doing anything other than comedy. Sorry, can't see it. Do you remember it? Huh? Oh.
Do you think the people who make Robot Chicken have to like get action figures like custom made?
I think
sometimes they do, and also it turns out that when the show first started, Seth Green and some of the other, I forget the other guy's name, but like they had an action figure collection that they got from somebody else, and a lot of the stuff that they didn't keep is what they would use for like the extras. So like if they bought something and it was doubled up, they would open the one that was doubled up and they would use that instead. So it's really funny. Because basically he was like, I use this show to get more toys, and the toys that I don't want, I just use them.
What? That's great.
And it's funny because Seth Green had another really good show on Adult Swim, but it got canceled for one reason or another.
Oh, I think I know what it was.
It was like a parody of Voltron. It was amazing.
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot the name though. That show was dumb.
It was like with like these. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Because
That show was very sexual.
The first episode had one of the characters dying on accident because he fell out of a hot tub on a roof, and they showed him falling for a full minute in real time. And the joke went on for too long, but it was so great.
Didn't the female character have sex like almost all the time?
There was two female characters.
There was two female characters. There was a blonde-haired chick
She was okay,
Yeah.
then the other was a slut.
But here's the thing: in the like second to last episode or the last episode, I forget. The slut got her card revoked because the blonde haired chick ended up sleeping with the main antagonist, and so everybody on the team was like, "Yo, she gets an eternal pass. You fucked us over." Literally, and it was like,
What?
like they used to always rip on her for being a. But like once she slept with the enemy, she was like, "Yo, she gets a pass forever."
Oh god.
That show, it was such a good show.
I can't
But they
remember
got
what it was. I can't remember what it was called though.
I don't remember
it. Titan Maximum.
Oh yeah.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, it came out in like I had to be in middle school, so it was like what 2007, 8, 9 ish.
It came on when Robot Chicken was still like pretty early.
Titan Maximum.
But I
Came
mean, the thing was that
It came out in 2009.
Okay,
My
I
mom-
was right.
my parents were like, they were super serious about the like
Adult
not
Swim?
being allowed to watch Adult Swim because I wasn't an adult, so I
Yeah.
had to sneak it.
Sneak it, yeah.
It was sort of like that for me in elementary school, but around middle school, my mom just sort of stopped caring.
I didn't really have that problem.
I mean, oddly enough, my mom didn't care at all.
My
My
mom
mom let me watch a lot of stuff.
My mom did it. My mom did that with me and my brother, like on certain shows, but not like every show.
Yeah, there were certain things she wouldn't let me watch, but like other
I
than that,
remember.
it was really rare when she would, or it would just be like an episode she would.
I remember
There
there was one episode, like the show that like actually freaked me out. I don't remember why, but it was an episode of Cow and Chicken. I don't remember which episode it was, and I think it involved like they were doing a play. I don't know why, but it freaked the ever living fuck out of me, and she banned me from that show.
It was, my mom did ban me and my sister from watching music videos.
Oh,
Even when
Because,
y'all shaking your
how
tails.
how did that go, Shorty?
Yeah, how did that turn
Well,
out?
The reason why she banned us from watching music videos was because my sister said she wanted to be a stripper. I'm not even kidding.
Oh.
How did that go, Shorty?
Well, why did you get punished?
Because what happened was she told I was living with my grandma at the time, but my mom told my grandma what happened.
Oh,
And my grandma was like, "Well, since you're punishing one, you might as well punish both of them. So Shawnee can't watch it either."
Oh, see,
I'm
now
like,
that is something that I
But
would.
did it help?
No, because I always wait till my grandma was always at her boyfriend's house, so I just wait till she left to watch music videos.
That's something I can't vibe with, man. If I ever got punished for what my sister did or something, I would lose it. And I'm thankful I don't live with my brother because I would definitely lose it.
It's just I think it's just part of being the oldest, to be honest. Like I get a lot of heat from my sisters doing stupid shit.
I think the one episode I really just had my questioning when I was watching is like the Viking episode in Courage, where people were just dying left and right, and it was just like, oh yeah, that's kind of freaky, but I'm cool with it.
Wait.
As long as that windmill stays spinning, at least I'm down.
Oh, that
I can
Oh
episode.
yeah, the fucking
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird.
That was
But I mean, it was Courage, so like that's to be expected.
yeah.
My
My
mom
favorite-
never banned us from cartoons because she watches cartoons. She never banned us from.
I used to
like,
watch
cartoons.
almost everything, and here's the thing. Growing up between like when I was a kid, I used to watch like a lot of Canadian shows and stuff, and then when I got over here, I would just start watching what was ever on here. But we also eventually got we got satellite, so I could watch certain channels that I used to watch back then. So it's like I would never know what show to talk about with people with, because like I remember when I used to watch 16, nobody else knew what 16
I do.
was.
I
And
was-
then because when I watched 16, it was still like a Canadian only show. But when they brought it over here and people talked about it like it was new, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
they
Are y'all just now talking about this?
the thing. Yeah, I don't know why.
He's all like Laura Bancroft.
I don't know
And
why
then-
Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network like got Canadian shows mad late.
And then here's the biggest one that I always messed with. I remember finishing Total Drama and winning. And then people were like, hey, yo, 0-1. Nigga, what? So it turns out in America, 0-1. And
Oh,
I'm
they
sitting
changed
here
it?
like,
Wait,
mm-hmm,
wait, the
I didn't
first
know that
one?
in Canada then.
mm-hmm. In Canada, Gwen won.
Oh.
In America, 0-1.
Why did they change it?
Why? That makes
Because
no sense.
so it would be different, I guess. Because
Wow.
it's a quote unquote reality show. Anything can happen.
Oh, they didn't
So,
want to spoil it.
yeah. So it's
Wow.
like,
Oh.
and apparently every season after that did the same thing.
I liked it because it was like to be honest, for like younger people that weren't into like reality TV, that was our reality TV.
It was,
Total
yeah.
Drama,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I was watching. I think I was actually watching reality shows back then.
I never watched them.
I watched.
I watched a
Flavor of
couple.
Love.
Yeah, I watched
My
Flavor of
cousin.
Love because that shit was hilarious.
Okay, I saw excerpts from that.
That
But I
shit,
never-
Actually, now
that
I
show's
think
dumb
about it,
as
I watched
hell.
a ton. But it comes to like not like reality shows, but like a lot of shows. I watched a lot of MTV shit back in the day. Now that I remember.
Dude,
My
Dude.
favorite.
Beavis
No.
and Butthead and Celebrity Deathmatch used to be some
Oh,
of my
Celebrity
favorite
I love
stuff.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah.
But my
Watch.
favorite show that ever graced MTV will forever be Eon Flex. I love
Aeon Flux. Oh,
that show. That was my shit. Like, if my to be honest with you, if my grandma knew I was staying up late at night to watch that, I used to go. This is what I used to do. I was such a smart ass kid. Like, I would go wait till my grandma falls asleep, and because she could always see the light from my TV under the door, I used to take a towel and
Yeah,
push it
that's what I did.
against the
Mhm.
door, and then I used to dim the TV down because I get to dim it down to make the turn down the brightness
yeah.
just for extra safety precaution. Then I will, because the way our house was set up, my bedroom literally led into my grandma's bedroom. It's just one door, like from my room to her room. So I used to lock it. I used to put down one of those little locks or whatever, the little latches or whatever, and then I turn the volume all the way down just to watch Eon Flex at night. And I never missed the episode. Like, I loved it. And when they made the movie, even though the movie wasn't that fantastic according to critics, I still loved it. It's just because it's Eon Flex. Like, I love her.
Yeah, I remember Next.
Yep,
That was
it still
awesome.
comes on.
What the fuck?
It's not new episodes.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's reruns, but it comes on. It comes on NTV too.
Oh, yeah, MTV2 shows the old MTV shows.
Yeah, and Room Busters.
I remember watching Pimp My Ride a lot. I don't know why.
Everyone
but I
watched
did.
Pin My Ride. If you had to if you were black.
God, that show was so fake.
Remember that did on the Boondocks? That shit was funny.
Oh,
my
that
God.
episode was funny as fuck. That whole episode is a clusterfuck, but it's still great. Cause it's
Because
like
they had to make sure Grandpa was blind, and then he ends up screwing everything over by showing, yo, I actually like what my car looks like. Like, nigga, you can see.
no, it started off with like the Pimp My Ride thing. It started off with the audition for Pimp My Ride, and then when they saw the episode, I guess, or when they heard about that that he was blind and he was quote unquote running a homeless shelter inside of his house. I mean, that house is big as fuck, it might as well be. But home, I think it was Extreme.
It was
Ma-
just like Extreme Home Makeovers. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, they
The team from like Extreme Home Makeovers was like, "Hey, we heard about that you're blind and you run a homeless shelter inside your house, so we're gonna renovate your entire home." And he fucked all of that up. So he still got the car, but he had to pay for the car, and the
And his
house was destroyed.
Yeah, the house was destroyed. They didn't even bother finishing it. They just left it as is. I was like, damn.
That was some foul shit. They had to sleep in that car. Oh, that was the
I remember
funniest
there was
episode.
There's a show on MTV talking about the best senior high school pranks. Yeah, I remember what that was called.
Guy Code?
No, it was a show specifically on the subject of like, you know how like when seniors are finna graduate, they do like these pranks on schools.
I know what you're
Just-
talking about, but I can't remember the name of the show. I do remember though.
I remember when VH1 actually.
I watched it a VH1 show. It was one or the other. I get both of them mixed up with their shows.
VH1 had like a lot of good shows. They had like I love the '70s and stuff like that.
I love the '70s and I love the 90s.
I love the '70s. I love the '80s, which is probably my favorite.
Is 16
I
and
love
pregnant
the
still a
90s.
thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's still a thing.
About three
Teen Mom is still a thing.
people from 16 and pregnant from three different seasons or so became porn stars at one point in their lives, and I was like,
Not surprised.
all right,
I'm not all that surprised.
alrighty.
That I don't think I'm pretty sure they didn't get any sort of payment for being on this show, so it's like, you know, whatever. It sucks.
It sucks, but here we are.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, those channels have
Parental
a lot
control.
Oh man, parental controls. I remember my brother's TV, even though he had cable, because at the time where we got cable, I was on punishment, so they never installed cable in my room. But my room was the cool room anyway. But his TV was the one with fucking parental controls on it, and they installed it. Like, my mom and dad installed it. It was an easy password. They told us what the password was, because they know how to turn it off. So when there's a power outage or something, like a thunderstorm, it cut out the power, and it reset the TV, and we didn't know what the password was anymore.
Nice.
Wow.
So like, it's the parental controls was super sensitive too. Like, I couldn't even watch Dragon Ball Z. That shit was tragic. I couldn't even watch Dragon Ball Z. This shit was TVY7FV.
This
Like,
shit
what?
was like, hold up, Chief, what you watching? Hold Give me the password if you want to continue. I don't know it.
Luckily, I never really had that.
Yeah, I'm glad we got rid of that fucking TV though. I think it
Jeez,
blew.
I'm
I think
starting to
it
think
blew
my
out.
mom was slacking on the parental department because she didn't do none of that shit.
I didn't have to go. I didn't have to go through that either. I
think
watched a lot of stuff when I was growing up.
Well, Well, that's the thing. Like, default, the parental controls was super sensitive, but when my mom and dad set it up, I could watch Dragon Ball Z or whatever. I can watch anything that was like TVY7 with fucking violence in it or whatever. I can watch anime, but when it reset, it defaults to like the lowest possible rating. Like,
Damn, so you can only watch Teletubbies?
Like I could probably watch something that was like what TVG back then. They don't even call it that anymore.
Yeah, you can
But
only watch
anything that came on PBS.
Yep.
Yeah, anything that came on during the daytime on like Nickelodeon or Cartoon
I would like to
Network,
point out,
pretty much.
Cyber Chase would have been probably the best show to watch.
Cyber Chase, we're moving, we're beating.
Cyber Chase was a guilty pleasure for me. Not gonna
What do
lie.
you mean guilty pleasure? That show was.
I fucking hated math.
You know, I used to. PBS used to never stay slacking.
Yeah, PBS was a shit back then.
That-
I
used to-
loved Ghost Rider. I don't know if you guys are probably too young for Ghost Rider, but
No,
I
we
used to
know-
love that.
We're talking about Marvel Ghost Rider, right? Or talking about something totally different?
No, we're talking about Ghost Rider used to come on PBS. Like, it was literally a ghost that wrote messages.
I don't think
I
I've
was
seen
too young
it.
for that then.
I remember it. And then my favorite PBS show at one point in time, and I not including Arthur, which is still my
It
favorite,
was between Arthur
which
and
is
Cyber
still
Chase.
my favorite, is
You John Legend.
I used to love Wishbone. God fucking
That's
damn.
the story, Wishbone.
Oh god.
What's the story?
Wishbone.
Please
The
send
story's
help.
lit though. You be like, oh,
Yo.
that was a good one.
Telling, and then some of my favorite things, like I used to love staying home sick and watching nothing but Nick Jr. because God, it was so cozy, dog. I was just, whew, I felt so snug, and I was like, I don't even care that I'm puking my guts out, man. This is nice. Little Bear coming home. Franklin next. I know. It's a good day.
Little
Frank
Bear
was
was
fun.
such a strange and yet
Little
simple
Bear-
show to me.
It's so.
There
It's
was this one
such
show.
a trip to watch. It's such a trip to watch Little Bear because the episodes can escalate so quick. Oh, he's just watching the rain outside. Now his house is flooding. Now he's in the middle of the ocean. Jesus Christ, where is this bear going? I don't know, but I'm following the ride. But the whole time you're not worried about him because you're like, obviously he's calm, so I gotta stay calm.
Yo, I knew so many people in real life that looked like a turtle named Franklin.
Yo,
Being
Franklin.
had
Oh,
ass. That turtle had a human ass face. That looks
Here's the
not like
thing.
somebody that like.
Here's the thing about Franklin. Beaver in that show used to annoy me because my best friend in school at that time was a girl that acted just like Beaver. She was a know-it-all. She was a know-it-all. She had everything going, and I'm sitting here like, girl, shut up. But she would rely on us to tell her when she's being a know-it-all. So it's like, I don't tell her to actually shut up because if I did, she would feel like she was doing the thing again, and her feelings would be hurt. So I would just have to tap her, hey, stop it. And that is a running joke. Like even when I see her nowadays, I barely see her. But when I see her, I don't even have to say hey. I'll just be like, hey, stop it. It's just like
I'm probably the only person that ever remembered this show called High Five.
nope.
You remember,
I remember it.
God fucking bless.
Also-
No one knows what I'm talking
Just
about.
Google this
Also,
right
here's a fun fact.
It came on PBS.
They came on Discovery
No,
Kids.
no, yeah, High Five was Discovery Kids. Zoom, and here's the fun fact. Zoom was on PBS. And here's a fun fact about Zoom that I love sharing. Zoom was filmed partially in the town that I'm in now. And my manager back when I used to work at Toys R Us was on Zoom.
Wow.
And so when I first
is Pablo, because Pablo is my favorite.
no, I'd have to look at my phone to remember her name because I still have her saved as like a reference for like whenever I want to apply for a new job. But like when I first applied for the job, I thought that she looked familiar, but I just couldn't place it. And I was like, maybe I know her from school or something, or somewhere that I would like know somebody. And so one day we were working and I didn't realize it. A customer was ringing out and they were like, you look familiar. Do I know you? And they were like, probably. Hey, you ever have a TV and watch PBS? And he's like, yeah, I was on Zoom. Yeah, I was like, that's where I know you from. We didn't go to school together. I probably used to watch you all the time.
Come on in Zoom, come on in Zoom, come on in Zoom, come on in Zoom.
She threatened to fire anybody that sing that song around her.
Oh.
Are
And
you
I was-
serious?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yes. She's like, yo, if I start the song and y'all join in, that's fine. But if you start it, I will fire you. And I was like,
What the fuck? That's not fair.
That's,
and I
that's
think
something
it's
that's something I do, to be honest.
and I can only imagine because like enough people know you from it. It's like people come up and start singing the song. It's like, ha, I have no power over you, so I have to sit here and take it. But if you work for me and you start doing it, no, I'll fire you on the spot.
That's some shit. Yeah, I bet that must annoy the fuck out of her.
It really, I mean, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Cause I'm glad I got to meet her. She actually did help me get my current job. I also got to meet I'm not sure if anybody remembers Between the Lions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds
Now I didn't know them personally, but I got to. That was filmed down here too, and that was filmed between Mississippi and Texas. That I didn't know, and I got to meet the puppeteer for it, and it was like really cool because it's like, hey, that's dope. Because I've always wanted to be a puppeteer at one point in my life. I was just really bad at it. Like, I thought you had to have ventriloquism skills. They're like, no, there are certain puppeteers that just stay out of sight because they can't ventriloquize. And it's like, oh, wish I knew that. I would have been dope at that shit.
Ow. My tablet fell on my face.
I would assume most people didn't.
Wait, Eric
didn't do
Carter
the
was on an
speaking.
episode of Zoom? I don't remember that episode. Oh, he was. Oh, shit. Okay.
Well, I'm not surprised at that either. Pretty sure that was at the height of his career.
Aaron Carter.
Remember, he made a song about how he beat Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's how I beat that.
Aaron Carter wasn't popular for.
Yeah, he was.
I remember him being popular for like a year, and then he just suddenly like.
Apparently, he was around for like at least 4 years.
No, he's popular for a while. I remember, but you know, I guess I've only listened to him for like one of those years.
I never listened to him at all because I've never liked boy bands.
I mean, I was kind of forced to.
Well,
because
he wasn't a boy band. He
was a one boy band.
it
One
was.
man boy band.
For
I
me,
mean, when you're the younger brother of the very, 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 very talented Nick Hart.
wouldn't
I remember
the,
like
the only reason why
my
I
favorite
even
Backstreet
the only
Boys.
reason why I even know about like those pop bands or boy bands or whatever is because me and my brother were like in daycare. And they will put on Radio Disney every time like we be in the fucking band.
I remember Radio Disney.
Yeah.
That's what makes
They play some good stuff, like Mambo Number 5. But it was the
Oh,
Disney
yeah.
version. It was the Disney version, so they replaced it with the fucking female princesses and shit.
Now that I remember,
They even
did anyone ever
they
have-
even named Minnie. They even named Minnie Mouse. I was like, ew.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Did any of you guys like listen to Kids Bop shit? I never did.
Nope.
Nah.
I would imagine it would be awful.
All right.
I actually did, and
Was it awful?
I'm gonna bring this up because this Radio Disney was brought up, and I want to see if anybody else remember Disney Mambo Number 5.
I was just talking about that.
Wait, that's the one you were talking about? Okay,
Yes.
good. That's
That shit's weird.
it's burned into my memory.
Oh
And
my god. I remember hearing it
I try to
so
bring it up to
much.
people, but you have to listen to Radio Disney. So you're like,
Okay, so it was either you would have to either watch it, or at least I remember them making a video for it on Disney Channel, but it was on for like a short time. Any other time you'd hear it, it had to be on Radio Disney because they played it so much on that fucking shit.
it was also featured in the Jungle Book rhythm game
Oh god.
because Lou Bega was the announcer for the Jungle Book rhythm.
thank you for listening to Radio Disney.
God.
I'm a lost ass fish. Fish. I'm a lost ass fish.
Oh, Radio Disney was
I feel like if it wasn't for Radio Disney, I would have different music tastes than I do now because the songs that played on Radio Disney varied so much. I was just okay.
Radio Disney had pretty good variety.
I tried to. I tried to ask my mom. I asked my mom if she could really give me some like. I wanted Kids Bop or Radio Disney. It was one of them. I remember having like arguing over her for this, and she's like, "Okay, I got you," and she turned on just straight up black radio. I didn't think she wanted me listening to Disney. She just put on. I don't remember the radio channel for it, but I just remember listening to rap. He's like, "This is." I was like, "This radio Disney." I'm like, she's like, "Yeah, okay."
I remember the radio station number for Radio Disney. AM 620. Sorry.
Wow. One of my homes in Sacramento, Radio Disney was the only radio station that would pick up. So I was forced to listen to that at home.
Wow. I never heard Kiss Bop. Like I mean obviously I have like from YouTube videos, but like when they were actually like a thing and like they had videos.
They're still a thing, right?
I mean I know they're still a thing, but like when they were like more known, I guess, like when there was commercials running for them like all the time.
The weird part is that me and Porsche actually went not too long ago and listened to some Kid Bop songs, and the biggest fans of Kid Bop, they're actually adults.
Is it ironic
like, in
or?
the comments, like, they just love Kids Bop. It's just like, oh my god, Jessica's my favorite singer. I'm like, this is a grown ass 42-year-old married woman talking about her favorite singer on Kids Bop is Jessica.
That's very strange. And
Yeah.
those would be the same people that get upset at people obsessing over cartoons.
And it's it's still. I just wish that kids about this is what I need them to do. I need them to really research what songs mean before they remix them, because of the fact that
Oh my god.
they remixed "Caked by the Ocean." I don't know if you guys heard that song. La, 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 la. Keep on hoping we eat cake by the ocean.
Oh no.
Y'all don't know what he's talking about in that song.
Oh no.
He's talking about eating ass.
Oh no.
Bob, remake that song. I was like, they're literally not talking about eating cake by the ocean. They know that, right? They're talking about eating ass. No? Okay.
They
Reminds me- do
I
you
remember.
the-
Oh sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I remember.
Reminds
Nah, mine's was kids about related. I remember them remixing "Let It Rock," and they completely removed Lil Wayne's part. That shit was funny as fuck. They removed Lil Wayne's entire verse because they can't remix that. That was great.
When Shauna was talking about ass eating, I remember the freestyles of those three kids that like, and that one kid who was always just talking about eating ass like a cheesecake. Do y'all know?
Yes. Yes.
Can we do that? Can we all just freestyle when there's someone rap about eating ass?
No.
Okay, apparently they just Juju on that beat. I'm trying to figure what song wait, how did they remix Juju on that beat?
How can you remix that?
Let me listen to this. I have to, I just have to.
It's almost like remixing a cha-cha slide. Why would you fucking do that? There's no point.
I didn't even know that's possible.
Apparently it is.
Alright, so here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I can't open my eyes, so I'm gonna fall asleep.
She said, walk in this
Alright.
party and all the girls are looking
So
at me.
Taylor.
Skinny jeans on and you know my hair is crazy.
What?
That's what she said.
Hold on, say it again?
Said, walked in this party and all the girls are looking at me. Skinny jeans on and you know my hair is crazy.
What are the actual lyrics?
Walked in this party and all girls looking at me. Skinny jeans on and you know my hair is nappy.
And that's where I end the stream. Okay. I think,
I'm getting canceled again, guys.
yep. You know it. You know the drill. Or pastime. Yeah, we're canceled.
Instead of saying hit them folks, they say show them folks.
Oh, why? Why? Can they just remix a Migos song? That'd be fucking great.
Stir fry,
They said go crazy. Okay.
please. I don't know. It's just something about hearing kids bop ad libs.
Whip it.
The kitchen whispers is like a
Yeah,
stir
whip
fry.
They did have Havana. Dude, what is that one song that they I'm trying to find the song that they remade, and I was like, this is so inappropriate.
I remember when they did "Beautiful Girl," and I was like, "This is a song about killing yourself, girl. It's great."
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Well, fuck.
you have me suicidal.
They,
But they took that part in denial.
Of course they did, because it's fucking Kids Bop. Remixing popular songs and making them kid friendly for kids.
How many didn't remix Bodak Yellow? The day
No. No.
The day they remixed Bodak Yellow is the day Kids Bop is going out of business.
They are going to remix a Cardi B song eventually.
Probably
No. They should remix Chun Li. Just do that. Just remix Chun Li.
They did Starships. Starships.
But yeah, we're out of time. So
Yeah, Yeah, hello, goodbye. I'll see you next week when we get rebooted.
Yep. Rebooted and then canceled again. Congratulations, guys.
Because the fucking producers can't find anything to fill this damn time slot.
It's a very trash station. Ah, shit. Never mind. God, I'm gonna
What
get canceled
station?
again.
I mean, I feel like at this point we can just say whatever we want. They can't really do anything. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Fire us again? No way.
That worked the last 8 times.
This is episode 10.
The last 10 times.
Yep. Anyway, well, tomorrow I'm streaming Captain Spirit because that came out. What?
How did they remake
I'm-
Gangnam Style?
I gotta.
Was
you
it
know,
in
that
English?
Can't be
That's all I
English.
want to see. Oh God.
What are you doing? Just nasty Korean.
They're just making noises for 3 minutes.
Yes.
That
With-
sounds good. I can get jiggy with that.
What?
They said a lady.
Oh yeah, they don't. Oh yeah, they can't say sexy.
Hey, lady.
A.
Up.
Oh.
Open Gangnam Style.
Oh, smart. They got a little Korean girl singing his part. That's
Now it's-
Progression.
is it
You
even
made it.
is it even cultural appropriation if you get the right race to sing it?
Nope.
Wow,
Nope.
they got a Korean girl.
They had to go out and look specifically for a Korean.
They had to
Oh.
outsource the hell out of that for that song. Wow. All right.
That's not even the bad part.
What's
This
the
is
bad part?
I'm just gonna post it right here in this chat so you guys can read it because that just gave me a headache. That's the first comment I saw. That's the first comment I saw. Ah, I gotta go to bed. I can't.
This is the type of person that likes their own comments. All right, I'm done. This podcast is done. See y'all next week, probably.
Wait, no, you didn't say it.
Say what?
Fine, I'll do it myself then. This is a coup. The show is canceled now.
Taking over the server.
Shit. Come on, man.
No, man, it's canceled.
Ow.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see y'all. See y'all
Goodbye.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.